So I've been reading this book called Stop Talking, Start Doing. Very quick read. I highly recommend it. I got it at the thrift store for a couple bucks, and this book is an amazing book. One of the reasons why I wanted to discuss this book or what it talks about is so many times we have an idea or we have a certain thing that we want to do, and we just keep talking about it, we keep emphasizing it, we keep just discussing it, and it just becomes an idea. I know this is something cliche, a lot of different people have already talked about this, but something that I've experienced and something that I've witnessed, and I still witness this to this day, is so many people are trying to find that perfect idea, and as a result it just kind of destroys them and it doesn't really help them progress in their life. For example, you have a business idea and you really want to get into it. However, you start to overthink it and you start to overdo it. So you're thinking, I have to prepare for this, I have to do 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 this. To the point where once you get to even a quarter way there, you're just you stop thinking about it because you're tired and you just don't see any other benefit from it. The reality is, had you started something in the beginning and on the side you did your research and you developed the business with it, it would have sort of meshed together. It would have really transpired and it really would have really made something interesting out of it. Now in this book it kind of discusses having that itch and having that feeling of what you really want to do, and I've had this issue for a very long time. I wanted to do videos for a very, very long time. However, I was always scared. I always felt like, man, my videos aren't that great. I'm not a great, video shooter yet. I can't do this, and I would just limit myself to this. Hence is another reason of why I decided to do photography instead of video. However, after all these years, and I did YouTube back in 2015. After all these years, I realized I just had to keep going at it. Had I continued YouTube, I would probably have, probably have some sort of standing, and I'll probably have something a little more. However, like I said, no regrets. But had I not started making YouTube videos in my kitchen a few months ago in the beginning of the year, I wouldn't be sitting here with these lights, and I wouldn't be sitting here with this camera, with this mic on top, and just all these different things. I wouldn't have this laptop, I wouldn't have this computer that I have. There's a desktop in the back there, and I just wouldn't have all this stuff because I would be overthinking it and I wouldn't be focusing on what I really need to do. I've mentioned this many, many times in past videos. However, the moment you start is the moment you're actually getting ahead. One of the reasons is we don't have a certain skill. In the digital age of social media, we tend to see many other creators, or we tend to see someone that we kind of want to emulate, and we keep looking at their work, and then we start to look at our work and we start to feel like, man, my work is nothing, and we start to feel like we're not good at what we do, and hence we kind of slowly give up and we don't really progress the way we should progress. What we don't realize is a lot of these guys that we look at, they took 10 to 15 years to really develop this. Now, for an example, I give an example of filmmakers. So I give the example of, Matt Diavella, Peter McKinnon, Matty Hapoya. I give these kinds of examples because these guys have been in the game for so long, and yet someone who comes in just fresh will start to feel like, why don't I have it like them? Why don't I have their kind of creativity? And it takes years and years and years to develop, and it took me a long time to realize that. I was afraid to make videos because I wasn't confident in my videos, and even now I don't feel comfortable with my videos. However, just getting something out there and just putting it out, you kind of look and you kind of see the progress that you go through. And there are videos that I look at and I'm like, man, I could have done way better. And then there's videos I look at that I say, hey, I improved. However, it's the process of starting. This is why I decided to do the 10-week challenge, where every single week on Sundays and Mondays, I would try to upload one Instagram photo, one blog, and 1 YouTube video. So to all those who are struggling to get ahead and struggling to figure out what they need to do, start now. Like, just figure that out. Like, if you know what you want to do, just do something to get ahead. Watch YouTube tutorials, watch, videos, go at it, put yourself out there, and slowly but surely you'll start to gather a rhythm. And with this rhythm, you'll start to understand a little more, and it's gonna come natural at some point. Let me know what you guys think. This is pretty straightforward. Just start now and stop talking and start doing. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Thanks again, guys. Have a great one. Peace.